about where you want to enter. Just think of a doorway, the stem. Once you find it, let yourself be carried up the stem into the leaves.
How much is this plant?
$5.
How much is this plant?
$10.
That's a little steep. What about this one?
It's not for sale.
There aren't very many artists in Soho, at least not these days. We fit right in. We took a third-floor loft, and I got the one below us for Laurie. My husband, Robert, was an architect, and me, I'm a photographer. I used to love doing portrait work of Robert. It was a challenge. If I could get him to relax, I could work with anyone. Poor Robert, he was a stiff, not a very good model. But then he never had much respect for my work. I'm gonna put these slides into the show. The gallery owner wants me to make prints.
Plants? When did you start photographing plants?
Don't you like them?
Yeah, they're nice. Your sister hasn't taken up photography by any chance, has she?
Hello? Laurie, this is silly. You live downstairs. Why are you calling me? You won't mind. Yeah, that'd be okay. When? Okay. Bye. Will you help me move Laurie's plants tomorrow?
More plants.
She can't sell them.
Of course she can't sell them. She scares all the customers away.
Did you see him slamming the door in the truck?
Look, you've been putting crazy ideas in Rilla's head with no reason. Damn it, will you get your mind off those plants and talk to me?
Get away from there.
What am I doing?
Get away from there. Get away. The plants don't want you there.
I swear, Laurie. Sometimes I think you're out of your mind.
What happened? Oh, it was an accident.
No. It wasn't an accident. He did it on purpose.
Oh, now that's really silly. Robert wouldn't do anything like that.
I sense... My plants sense that he is a bad person. on?
I've almost finished.
What?
Plant pyramid. I'd like for you to take a look at it before I finished.
Well, Dusty, I'll look at it later.
Look, if you don't like it for your plants, you could always put a mattress in it and sell it as a furnished loft.
I'll look at it later, Dusty.
Okay. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Well, you didn't disturb me.
No?
No.
Good. Oh, by the way, I thought you might like the model. The hole is so you could put a razor in it. It'll stay sharp forever. The ancient Greeks used that.
It's quite lovely. I think it was the ancient Egyptians, though.
What?
Pyramids were built by the Egyptians.
Oh, yeah. Laurie and I...
No, I think you better finish your work.
Yeah, in a minute.
No, please.
You afraid of me?
No, it's not that.
Just want to hold you. I'm not going to hurt you.
No, don't!
What's wrong?
All right.
You're shaking. Put this around you.
No, stop it.
Come on, this will warm you up.
No, I'm not cold. Don't touch me.
Okay, just calm down.
I think you better leave.
I just wanted to get closer to you.
No, don't ever touch me. Just leave.
It's because of somebody else. Right?
No?
No. I'll go finish.
When we were little, Laurie and I had to have separate rooms. I had a fear of sleeping in a room with plants. I kept thinking they were watching me in the dark. Laurie used to tell me they had a life of their own. I believed her then. Still, I never talked to plants like some people do. Talking to animals or inanimate objects always struck me as being crazy. After our last meeting, I decided I had to do more to help Laurie, even if it hurt Robert. I never got the chance.
Ideas about plant communication. During intensive periods of meditation with plants, I learned to channel my energies and enter new states of being. After spending many hours in deep concentration, both at Findhorn and here in my own room, I am able to transcend my physical boundaries and allow my own spirit to commune with the spirit of my plant.
Want to play?
Though if a tree died of old age and was finally blown down, rituals were performed to help the soul of the tree find a new home. Naturally, nobody would dare to fell a tree which had absorbed the spirit of a human being, unless they wished to cause harm.
Married?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm married. Why?
Oh, nothing. I just had a feeling you weren't a regular drinker, you know what I mean? Not that you don't take a drink occasionally. Just that I don't know. You didn't strike me as a solitary type. See you later. You know? Drinking alone. Wife drove you to it?
What?
Drove you to drink.
It's just a joke.
When you and your wife fight, you ever feel like just kind of cracking her one?
Cracking.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We all lose it sometimes. You're tired of talking. Just explode. Can't stay bottled up 24 hours a day. The reason I ask is just that sometimes this feeling comes over me. I feel like a jerk, a real jerk. Just a split-second thing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Still your shot.
Oh, yeah.
You sure the door was locked downstairs? The street door?
Yes?
You know, we get a lot of cases like this. Someone falls, hits his head or something. Of course, she could have surprised the burglar on the roof who pushed her, you know.
That sort of thing happens a lot?
Quite a lot. You'd be amazed at the amount of homicide cases we get that turn out to be accidents or even suicides.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be more help.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did you talk to that detective?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Nothing, really.
Nothing.
Rilla, they have nothing to go on. He's sure it was an accident.
Did you give him my list?
Yes. He'd already checked it out.
And he came up with nothing.
Let's go somewhere quiet for a week or so. Just spend some time enjoying each other.
We have to take care of Laurie's plants.
Claire can come over and water 'em.
I'm not ready yet.
April 27. My friend and I had another session with the plant today. He's always trying to give me things. Later he came by with a new present. A basket for the plant.
Laurie showed the way and I followed. I owed it to her. I found the plant from Findhorn. I took care of it. In her tapes, Laurie always spoke of it as something special. It was. As soon as I got the plant, strange things started to happen. How much longer?
About an hour. What's the matter?
I was just thinking how long it's been since we've taken a trip together.
We'll make it up.
Rilla. Rilla. By the lake.
I started keeping a journal. That nightmare I'd had unnerved me. Then there was the plant store. Somebody had been in there. Acting on an intuition, I didn't tell Robert about these things. It was the first time I didn't turn to him for help. But what happened next bothered me most. My key to Laurie's loft was missing, and there was only one person who could have taken it. What were you doing in Laurie's loft today?
What?
When I went into Laurie's loft, I noticed someone had gone through her things.
Now, what reason would I have for going through Laurie's things?
Robert, I'm not accusing you of anything. It's just that when I tried to get into Laurie's loft this morning, I noticed that someone had taken my key. You're the only one who could have done it, right?
Take what? Your key or one of Laurie's precious belongings?
Robert, don't do that.
Well, if I took your key, how'd you get in?
I asked the super. So what were you looking for?
I wasn't looking for anything.
I find that hard to believe, Robert, considering the trouble you took to get in.
Look, Rilla, I'm just as concerned as you are that somebody broke into your sister's loft.
So if it wasn't you, then why did you take the key?
I simply don't think it's a good idea for you to spend so much time in your sister's room.
Then why don't you just tell me that instead of going around, sneaking around, stealing my things?
Come on, Rilla. You know what happens when we try to discuss your sister.
No.
I just think we should try to forget.
So I'm supposed to act as if she never even existed.
Oh, come on.
Look, Robert. I understand that you see her absence as a veritable blessing, but do not expect me to behave the same way.
See what I mean? We start to talk about your sister, all hell breaks loose.
She's dead, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. And you seemed intent on giving her an afterlife.
What's that supposed to mean?
You want to know the truth? You're beginning to remind me more and more of your sister every day.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. Next thing you know, you'll start babbling to plants, too.
Can I help you, ma'am?
I'm looking for books on plants.
Plants, gardening, horticulture. Yeah, right over there.
Not books on how to grow plants, books on, how to communicate with plants.
Ah, plant communication, Kirlian photography and all that.
Yeah.
Follow me, that's in the occult section.
I think they're down here.
But to deliberately write a fantastic story was not to feel that the whole universe is fantastic and mysterious, nor that it was about lack of sensibility.
I read everything I could about plant communication. I was groping for a way into Laurie's world. Some people spend years looking for the answer. I found it in the back of a catalog from one of those mail-order occult supermarkets, one of the many with a Los Angeles address. An advertisement for Kirlian photographic apparatus with a set of Kirlian slides. According to the instruction booklet, Kirlian auras can be related to living states of consciousness by studying the changes in pattern, color, and intensity. Slide number 1, oak leaf. Note healthy blue aura. Injured oak leaf. Note redness in wounded area. Hemlock leaf. Blue healthy center. Extremities dying. Similar disease pattern. Aura indicates shock. Fingertip of psychic healer. At rest. Same finger during healing. Note brilliant enlarged aura. Healer's finger next to tip of living leaf. Note energy interchange. A blue bridge appears between the fingertips of two compatible people. Oh. The fingertips of two incompatible people. Note angry redness away from center. Fingertip of recently bereaved person. Fingertip of manic depressive. Note the dual aura. Repressed anger, even aura, no flare. Convicted murderer, extreme anger. Note pure red and exaggerated white flare.
Come on in, it's open. Hello.
Hello?
I'm Dusty. You're Laurie's sister.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about your sister. She was really a good person.
May I ask what you're doing here?
Watering the plants.
How did you get in?
I've got a key. I used to help Laurie out all the time.
I don't think she ever mentioned it.
Mention me? Now, that's Laurie. That's the way she was. Sometimes it was like I was her imaginary friend.
Imaginary friend.
Yeah, that's the way she made me feel sometimes. You like plants?
Not as much as Laurie, but I like them.
Yeah? Well, I was just thinking. I know Laurie has a lot of plants up in her loft. And rather than let them die, I could take care of them for you.
I don't let them die.
Oh, no, I know you wouldn't. No, I can see that. I mean, you're just like Laurie that way.
What way?
You got a similar bead on you. You know, special kind of sensitivity. Most people don't have it. It's just the reason I ask about the plants. You know, taking care of them and all. Just that some of them are kind of delicate. You know, they need special treatment. Like there's this one plant she has that only responds to moonlight.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Most people wouldn't be sensitive enough to know that. They just throw up their hands and say, who needs this crazy plant? They let it die.
Oh. Well, it must have been a very romantic plant.
It was.
Well, how many of these moonlight plants did Laurie have?
Just one. She brought it back from the Finhorn colony.
I think I should go.
Hey, you know, I've only spoken to you, what, 5 minutes here? Feel like I know you a long time. Hey, you want your key?
My first experiment with Kirlian photography proved nothing. I made a slide of Dusty's key and one of the key I got from Robert. They were similar. I didn't know whether or not it was my imagination. It was time to put my newfound skill to the test. I had to come up with a plan.
Robert?
What are you doing?
Put your finger right there.
Why?
Go ahead. Now again?
I get a shock.
No, you didn't before. Laurie. Claire gave me this. I compared Robert's slide before I mentioned Laurie to the one after I said her name. The one after was very reminiscent of one I'd come across in my studying.
Rilla?
Yeah?
What are you doing?
Seeing if the film dried yet. I'm coming to bed right now.
There's a sink in the room, hot and cold running water. The bathroom's down the hall. The lock when the door's broke, but the door opens in, so if you kind of wedge your foot against it, you'll be fine.
This is fine.
Well,
Temporary.
I would have been more than happy to put you up, you know. Must have been quite an argument. Okay. What's wrong?
I don't know why I asked you here.
Well, I assumed it was about Robert.
Well, it was. Now I'm embarrassed to admit why.
Well, I'm sure you must have had your reasons.
They all center around Laurie.
Oh.
Yeah, for one thing. He's been going through her stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And he won't admit it. Now, I know it sounds stupid and trivial, but I feel like he's trying to cut off my contact with her.
Contact?
No, not that exactly. I don't know.
You know, really, you're not making a whole lot of sense. What's this?
It's a polygraph.
Come again?
Lie detector. I've been reading the experiments of Cleve Baxter. He attached a polygraph to the leaves of a plant and then threatened to burn it. When he thought about burning the plant, the needle on the polygraph jumped, as if the plant could actually read his mind. It's very difficult to establish a communication, a rapport.
Rilla, where did you get this plant?
Laurie brought it back from Findhorn. Saw her being killed.
Away from the plant. He stared at me. The skin seemed to tighten over his face. His eyes sank into his head. The color left his face. His lips drew tight. This was not my imagination. Dusty's face became a death's head in front of my eyes.
I called all over. Nobody knows where she is. Yeah, but she's become more withdrawn even. The shock, I suppose. Claire, I've hardly seen her. Bubba?
When Robert walked into that hotel room, I saw everything as it must have appeared to him. He must have thought I was mad. I couldn't say that he wasn't right. I thought a lot about Dusty. Laurie had confided in him. I didn't know why or how, but I felt he might clear up some of my questions. I set up a meeting with him.
So, have you been taking good care of Laurie's plants?
Yeah, I'm taking good care of Laurie's plans. Didn't know I had it in me.
What?
Oh, I've just managed to establish a much stronger rapport than I thought possible.
Yeah, that can happen. I mean, they can tell you a lot.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, I know they can tell you a lot. In fact, one of them is very communicative. Dusty, have you ever had a vision? I mean, one in which something occurred that you couldn't possibly have known about on your own.
No, I don't think I have.
I have. This is very strange. I saw the roof very clearly, and I saw Laurie.
You saw Laurie on the roof?
Only, it didn't feel like Laurie. It felt like me. And it was like I was there.
Were you alone?
No, the door opened and a man appeared.
Man?
Yeah. I couldn't see his face very clearly. It looked like Robert.
Who's Robert?
He's my husband. I must find all this pretty ridiculous.
No, not at all. I told you I'd been quite concerned.
Why?
Listen, lady, I don't know how to explain these feelings. All I know is that I have them.
Did you have this feeling about Laurie?
Well, yes and no. I mean, with Laurie, she was always she always kind of threw you off.
What do you do? I mean, besides work at the plant store.
What do I do? You mean work?
Yeah.
I do all kinds of things. A little plumbing, house painting, carpentry. Kind of a freelance handyman. Why?
I don't know. I'm just curious. Here I am telling you the intimate details of my life, and I hardly even know you.
What can I tell you? What do you want, my social security number?
Yeah.
56058, 1544.
I think I have some work for you. Dusty didn't have anything to tell me. He had something to hide. I began with one suspect, Robert. Instead of solving anything, I now had two suspects. At least I knew how to deal with Robert. Dusty was playing a game with me. So I decided to play a game with him. I knew I was taking a risk.
It's awful with these old pipes. They corrode. Block up. Water has a tendency to turn on you. Go back up the pipe, away from the drain. I've really been tired lately because I've been working 2 jobs at once. I'm trying to make ends meet. But the ends don't seem anywhere near meet. In fact, they're getting further and further apart. You don't seem to have that problem, do you? I mean, what do you do for a living?
I'm a photographer.
Oh, yeah? Huh. I wish I could earn a living like that. I mean, I can't make a cent from my poems, and, but my pipes will... One pipe's just like another after a while. You ever get afraid? Living around here?
No.
You know, what gets me now is how this area has changed. Used to be just the guys in the corner and the warehouses and the trucks, but now with these boutiques. You know, I didn't even know what a boutique was until they first came here. Boutiques, art galleries, people living here. I remember when this place used to be a chicken slaughterhouse. Channeling on the floor and all. Right over there is where the blood used to run off into the drain. Yeah. You ever meditate? Your sister used to meditate. In fact, we used to meditate together with the plants. I always wondered what you thought about me. That's the awful thing, you know, you never know what people are thinking about you. Yep. I'll go back to work.
Hey, is somebody in there? Hey, open up.
Who is it?
What's going on in there?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Hart. I'm fixing the tub. I couldn't hear you. Noise of the water, pipes.
Well, open up.
It's really a mess. There's water all over. There's rust all over the floor.
It's all right.
Could you just wait,
Open the door.
I thought I'd give it a run. You know, see how it worked?
Where have I seen you before? Oh, yeah. In Barnabas.
Yeah. I take a drink every now and then.
We played pool together.
No, I don't like pool. Do you? Pinball's my game.
You beat me for 20 bucks.
You must be someone else. I don't play pool. If I did, I wouldn't win.
No, it was you.
I gotta clean up in here.
No, you don't have to clean up.
No, I don't mind.
I can clean up, don't worry.
Well, I guess I'll be leaving now. Your wife sure does like plans.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah, just a minute. That's where I work, right across from where you live. Bet you never noticed me loading, unloading trucks, just another face, huh? What do you do?
I'm an architect. Listen, friend.
I know what you've done.
Excuse me?
I mean, when you're in tune with the world, with nature, you know certain things you wouldn't ordinarily know, wouldn't normally be known to you. I know, for example, the exact time and date of my death. Yeah. The exact year, month, week, day, hour, minute, second of my death. I have that kind of knowledge.
Let's go.
You're the kind of guy who likes things to be less vague, more concrete, right? Something you can see, you can hold in your hands.
What are you talking about?
Architect, huh? Bet the pays go just from looking around here. Sometimes I have to work nights. You ever have to work nights?
Not often.
I go for that OT, you know, overtime. That's the only way a guy can make a living, loading and unloading trucks.
So?
Beautiful plants. Do you know that plants can communicate? Yeah, I can sense what they're saying sometimes. I can even see auras around people, too. I think you better go.
You're the one who's going.
I was working the night Laurie had her accident. See? I know how guys like you operate. One thing goes wrong. You're all over the place. What are you gonna do, kill me?
I'm not a killer.
Of course, I'm sure you'd have a good case against me for trespassing, plumbing without a license. I'd love to stay and talk, but they're really expecting me at work. You're gonna love the way I fix the tub. Pressure's real good on the cold water. Don't wash any shag rugs in it, though, because then it'll clog up, see, and you'll have to call me back. See you around.
What happened?
Who is that guy? He's very strange.
He knew Laurie. What did he do?
Nothing. He just sort of rambled on. Why are you so frightened of him?
Come here, look. The line moved upward.
Why don't you just rest? And we'll talk about this tomorrow. We'll try to figure out what to do. I'll call the police if you want. We'll find out who this guy is.
Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Robert, there's somebody in the fire escape.
What? You stay here.
Well, I hoped it'd be you. Glad you could make it.
What do you want?
Plants are wonderful things, don't you think so? I've always thought so. But they can be terrible gossips. All kinds of sordid rumors can pass through their lips. You'd be surprised at the terrible things they can say. Ask your wife. She knows.
Why don't you just tell me what you want?
Oh, but you've got me wrong. I'm not out for material gain. I just want to see things set straight. You know what I mean? You got a friend in me. After all, I did drop by to tell you, didn't I? Bye.
Rilla?
I just don't know what to believe anymore. God, I don't want to talk about it. I just don't even want to think about it. It's just that it is very difficult when you lose the two people that you love most in the world. Well, then I guess that you just have to adjust to those things.
Wait a minute. Is it Robert?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. Maybe he's always been that way, you know, and maybe, I just didn't give him a chance.
A chance for what?
I don't know. Show me his true nature. I don't know, maybe I just didn't push him hard enough. That make me a bloody mess.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know.
Hey. Can I get you something?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna run down and get myself some cigarettes. You just stay there. I'll be right back up.
Hello? Listen, Claire, don't get involved with this. She's very disturbed right now. It's better if you let me handle it. Lily, don't run away from me. I should have told you when it happened. I wanted to. Laurie was pushing me all the time. She was on my back all the time. I just wanted to talk to her. And she turned it into an argument. I followed her up to the roof. She started hitting me. I pushed her back. She fell. She hit her head. It was an accident.
It's over. Come on. Go over.
It made me sad to watch the plant wither. But no matter how much I watered it, the leaves continued to shrivel and finally fell off the stem. The plant died. After the initial shock of that day in Claire's building, I was sure of one thing. I had to come up with a story. I told the police that Dusty was a total stranger who'd been bothering Robert and me for a long time. He killed Robert and came after me. I'm happy to say the police did their usual thorough investigation. I played my part well. They believed me. Even Claire went along. I went free. Now that I've finished here, I'm ready to leave the city. I heard about a group in northern Vermont that's involved in much the same thing Laurie was. I want to know more.